Hi, good evening, everyone, especially in our home in the Philippines and everyone who watch my video and stuff like that. First of all, let's have the power and always let's do the right thing for our president and let's support always the iron fist. So let's do the right thing, support our president always. And hand in heart, always we love our country and we always support our president Duterte no matter what. Okay? And like I said, Philippines is my home and I love Philippines and I love my people, which is there in the Philippines. So hand in the heart, the same as our president, and we love Philippines. We care about it. We want to change our home. We want to change our country for the best, and this is what our president is doing right now, right at this moment in time. No one else can do that and ever done that before. This is the first time in history Philippines will be changed forever and for the good and the right place to be. I wanted to comment today about some reporter from Sweden which went to interview this girl called Mocha. She's never heard of this girl, Mocha. She's a performer and she sings. The only thing I like Mocha is I'm gonna search for her, but what the only thing I would like Mocha is she supports our president the same, and hopefully she always keep doing it and keep campaigning as she is doing it and all kind of stuff. So that's what I like that we have something in common, me, Mocha, and some other people around the world. I think we have the same things and the same views and the same supports. We see it. What I didn't like about this girl from Sweden or something, this reporter, I mean, the interview like is a hotel room. They interview Mocha in the hotel room. So I don't know why in the hotel room, but whoever this journalist girl from Sweden brought it as a cameraman, he was crap. Anyway, but anyway, I just didn't like much of. She doesn't understand, and it's a lot of a lot of foreigner doesn't understand how Philippines works, why it was like before, and what it is now, and what's so special about our president. A lot of people don't have as much of understanding on that. So a lot of doesn't have much understanding in between what goes on in the Philippines and why our president is like this and what's so special about him. So all of us as a Filipino, we know what is special about our president Duterte. All of us, we know that. We know what is our problems in our country. We know that. Every Filipino knows that. Not every, but he has a few, their mind is twisted, which they cannot understand why our president, what he's doing, and they're going against him. So those kind of people is like they are lost somewhere else on the devil's side. But the people who believes in God, the people who sees it and feels our president always on the heart, and when our president talks, you feel it, right? You feel it. Yes, he's right. And he's like, you would do the same thing. You would do the same thing what our president do. You will do that. That's what we need. That's what we're going to do and all kind of stuff. And when our president talks, the way he talks, you feel it in your heart. You feel it in every bone of your body. And your hair goes up. Because that happens to me always, when I see our president talk. It was this kind of comment like that. Another one, it was about the EU. Listen, people, our president is right to comment and tell a lot of things to other countries to buzz off and not interfere in what he's doing. That's Filipino country. That's his own country. He's the president. And he is the first president ever to do a cleanup in our country. He's doing the right things for everyone, every person in the Philippines, which some of them might not see in that kind of view, but maybe one day they will see it and they will understand it. So for the people who doesn't understand it and comments bad, it's like, let's not pay attention to those people. I feel sorry for them. But most of us, we know why, we're doing this and we support our president. What he said about the EU, European Union, he's right. I'm going to say something like this about the EU, European Union. I live in the UK at this moment in time, my home is Philippines, and I go home every 6 months. So I just want to say something about the EU. Before, UK, United Kingdom, it was in the EU. Is one of the MPs called Farage, is one of the MPs who works in the Parliament over here in the UK. Ronald Farage. He has been fighting to come out of the EU for over 10 years. And we just succeeded. This time we succeeded to leave the European Union as independent, UK to be independent from the European Union. But the media, the people have so much power. You were saying so much bad and influence people on their heads. Because a lot of people after they got confused. This was just to throw people out of balance. And to comment bad, to make people afraid of the changes. If we leave the EU, our country is going to go, UK is going to go down. We're going to lose so much. We're going to lose a lot of things. The pound is not going to be valued as much. And we're going to lose a lot of trade and a lot of things they come up with to make people afraid and have fear for us not to vote to come out of the European Union. This Farage, this MP, he's been fighting for 10 years to leave. I was one also myself who voted for us to come out. I also wanted to come out because that's the right thing for us to do. Be independent from the European Union. And now we are. Do you know what? It's already a few months. We've been out of the European Union. And we are fine. We're doing good. Our pound went a bit down, but it doesn't go more down than what it is. It's going to go higher. UK is the best place to do business for a lot of foreigners around the world. So it's not going to die. And people has been threatening from the governments. Big businessman has been threatening, putting people's minds, like people from Virgin, the guy from Virgin, who else? Some big billionaires has been saying, we're going to leave UK if you leave the European Union, if it is, threaten us. And the European Union has been threatening us, you have to leave the European rights away and this and that. Threaten us, we're not going to give you a good deal, we're going to cut you from, trading and things like that. How are you going to cut us from trading? We don't need as much trading from a European. If you cut us off, we're going to go into Asia. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're going into Asia. The mayor of the UK is going now into US, into Asia side, China, Australia, other countries for us to deal with them. And that's what she's doing. So we're not going to lose anything. We are better off out from the EU than we are before. We have a problem with immigration over here. But anyway, doesn't matter. So my point is, our President Duterte, he done right what he said for these people from the EU, mind your own business. The people from the EU has big problems on their hands and they cannot even solve it. They cannot even solve it. They cannot even deal with it. They have a lot of drug people moving around the country. Holland is one of the drug people places, in the world, because, they legalized drugs in Holland. But France, Belgium, German, and going through all Europe, they have drugs all everywhere. People's getting bombed because they don't like what these European people doing it. And people's getting killed every day, stabbed over here. Even sometimes it happens in London, most of the time. European, it happens most of the time. And some other things going on. Kidnapping, it happens a lot over here. Which people might think, what? Not in Europe, it doesn't happen. Excuse me. Over here, it happens everything. So what our president doing? He's right to tell these people from the EU, leave us alone. Don't interfere. You have your own problems in your European country. Deal with it. and leave mine to deal with. Philippines is my responsibility. I answer to the people of the Philippines. I don't answer to US. I don't answer to anybody from the EU. And what I want people to understand and to know is our president is right. Let's support him always. And let's not put other people to make fear in us. Our country needs to be changed for good. Other people from European unions, other countries doesn't want Philippines to be raised, to be lifted up, to be a beautiful country, to be one of the places which will be in a few years' time amazing to be in and to be living with this president we have. So those people from there, they want some parts of Asia to be under their feet always. They don't want Asia to rise. They want Asia to be always there. Reason most of why. Asia supports the economy and transporting and importing things from Asia into Europeans, US, and other countries, which is cheaper. So they don't want us to raise up. They want us always down there. And that's why they want to get involved with what our president is doing. Come on. If we see all the leaders around the world, look what they're doing to their own country. They don't have no control of their own country. They don't even have control of their own people, of their own selves. Everything those leaders do, they go through others telling them, you can say this, you can say that. You can do this, you can do that. And other things you cannot do as a president. That's what they do around the world, around leaders around the world. Some of it around the world. China, look at the president in China. Indonesia, look how they do it. Nobody messes with them. Nobody tells them what to do. The president is the one who makes the laws. In the Philippines, we have to have law and order. And our president is making that. We have to make, yes, the drug lords and the drug dealers and the killing, the rapers, and people to think about twice before you do a crime. And before, in the Philippines, drug lords, criminals, is not much of afraid of anything. If they want to pick up a gun and then shoot anyone, they will do it. You know, it's easy to do, it's easy to do killing before. Now, law is applying. Now, law is telling people, think very well what you do, because if you do that, you're going to have a questions of, you'll go to prison, or you're going to be prosecuted, or something's going to happen to you. So it makes people thinking about it. Like you were saying, in Davao, what our president did. Look what he did in Davao. Medicals, hospital, the roads, clean, everything. And that's exactly what we need to do also around Manila, everywhere in the Philippines. And that's what our president is doing. Some people were saying, worrying about, oh, did you, in CNN, they were saying, oh, did you notice the peso drop down? People, don't worry about the peso drop down. It's not going to go down more than it has been before. The only thing it has to go is more up than anywhere else. Don't worry about the peso going about down from the dollar. The dollar is going to collapse soon. Soon the dollar is going to collapse. US doesn't have no money. US is going to go bankrupt. And that's what they're afraid. They want China is going to be power with Asia. Asia will be one. China will be the main thing of money. And US is dollar is finishing. From Saudi, dollar is finishing. So people has to change the dollar now into British pounds or maybe Chinese yen or Hong Kong dollar. In between those kind of monies. So what we have to do now is start moving the dollar out. And that's what Saudi is going to do, moving the dollar out. Philippines is going to move dollars out and trade it with somebody else. Dollar is finishing. And that's why Americans, they're afraid. Because their money is no value. Soon, in a few years' time, probably next year, we're going to start seeing, this year, the elections is going. And that's what I'm waiting for. Is a big hole in the economy of the US. Big hole. So whoever is going to be the president now, which will be Donald Trump, Donald Trump has to be the president for him to save US. If he's not, US will go collapse. So I'll leave it for today.